Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to round 9 of Fortune Racing in the Wicked Wednesday. I am It's Chocolate, and we are here in Yas Marina here for this race. It's definitely going to be an interesting one. We have almost a full grid, 19 out of 20 drivers, and full qualifying. So we're going to be in for a treat here. Lots of action for the next hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes. Lots of new faces here, but also a few returning faces as well. So it's going to be interesting to see what the pace of the new people is like. Obviously, realistic performance. So, yeah, there's potential for some people to thrive. So we just see the first car going out onto track now. We have an Alfa Romeo stopped there. That's not great. From experience, I believe he's going to get disqualified, which is unfortunate for him. I believe that was Mike. Yes. So that's not great. I think when he rejoins, he's going to end up getting disqualified, which, yeah, that's unfortunate for him. But let's get everything sorted. Let's get those tires up. Let's get the track map up. Let's get that timer up as well. Let me get my track map up with the corner numbers. So yep, Glenn in the Alpine going to be the first person to start a flying lap in this session, and then it will be the Red Bull of Ash Chubs, and then the Ferrari of UK Warlords. But here we go now, coming round the final two corners, getting ready to start the flying lap. As you can see, we can also see lots of cars fitting the intermediate tyres, going for that intermediate pole position to get that extra point, coming through turn 1, swooping uphill through turn 2 and 3, and now going back downhill, diving down towards turn 5 here. Tricky corner to get right. You also got the Alfa Romeo there on the apex, which will be a bit off-putting. Luckily, I believe it is ghosting though. Now on the run down the long straight. DRS wide open as we head down to the chicane of 6 and 7. And this is going to be a very crucial exit with the run all the way down towards the very long banked turn 9. Which we are just coming up to now. Again, DRS open. Now, braking towards turn 9 we go. Swooping through, quickly back on the throttle. Don't want to be losing too much time on the run towards the hotel section. Through 10, through 11, and into 12. Back on the brakes again. And then we have 13 and 14. Very tricky to get right. It's very easy to lose time through there. And then on the exit, very easy to invalidate, which he almost does as well. Now through 15 and the final corner of 16. Plays it a bit more safe through 15 with the track limits. Out the final corner. And now the run to the line sets a 1:23.9. So that is the first lap time of the session. The next car is going to be the Red Bull of Ash Chubbs. Let's see what he's doing as he comes around the final corner. Sets a 1:23.3 in the Red Bull. Puts him fastest currently. UK Warlords now goes second fastest, 1:23.6, 3/10 off of Ash Chubbs. Next car is going to be the Aston Martin of Wimax, who sets a 1:24.5. I believe we have the Mercedes of DC Whitey, who's just started a lap there. And then failing Squash starting a lap, I believe. The Haas of BPA now comes to the line, sets a 1:26.4, goes 5th fastest. And the next car is going to be a Daro coming through the final sector now. He also has the McLaren of Shaggy just behind him, who I think is on outlap. He's backed off at least. So now coming round the final corner, Adaro on the medium compound tyres. He sets a 1:25.8, puts him 5th fastest. Then we have JTK coming round the final 2 corners now on the intermediate compound tyres, trying to get that extra point, and he sets a 1:29.0. We then have William Talbot coming through the final sector now on the intermediates. He looks like he has backed off though, and he is returning to the pit lane. We have an Alpine of Glenn going slowly through the final sector. Might have put some cars off there, but I don't think so. I think they were on in laps. Who have we got now? We got DTYT and Failing Squash. And DTYT might get a penalty for impeding there. Failing Squash goes 4th fast. He's reversing on the track now. That's risky. He could get disqualified for that. Manages to get back to the pits, I believe, though. Mike's car still sat here at turn 5. He hasn't taken control of it yet, and I think the moment he does, it will get disqualified. But we shall still wait to see if anything happens with that. We have the Mercedes of Harry Joe just starting his lap now. Ash Chubbs was retired in 1st place. Ego retired from him. And Shaggy goes 7th fastest with a 1:25.3 on the medium compound tyres. And then we have JJK coming into the pit lane. I think that's most of the cars done with their laps now. So it's just going to be Harry Joe, who is currently pushing on his first flying lap. Coming into turn 6 and 7 now. He managed to clear that Haas, I think, on his lap. A little bit of a snap on the exit, though, of turn 7. That's going to cost him all the way down the straight. Hopefully he hasn't lost too much time from that, though. It didn't look massive. Now through turn 9 into sector 3. And that has getting out of the way nicely again. And now through the final 2 corners we go with the Mercedes. And manages to keep it just within the track limits there. Goes 3rd fastest at 1:23.684. 2/100ths off of P2 there. So now we have a few cars on a lap. Now we have Khalifa, we have, I believe, Justorini. He's invalidated, though, I believe, on the exit of turn 5. Alright, coming through turn 14 now, the Latifi corner. It's very easy to run a little bit wide there and invalidate, but managing to get through cleanly. To the line goes 5th fastest, the 1:24.2 for Khalifa. Next, I believe, is going to be Justorini, but he's invalidated. He, I guess, is going for another push lap now. We have his teammate Glenn coming to the line now. He's up on his time. Where is this lap going to put him? Is he going to be able to find that 3rd place? He puts him second, a 1:23.4, a tenth off of Ash. Obviously, this is only Q1, so no need to burn all the tyres up. But yeah, I think quite a few of these drivers are probably safely through on that lap. DTYT goes 12th fastest on the mediums, 1:26.7. Or was that him starting his lap? I believe it might have been. Will goes 8th fastest at 1:24.5 for him. And then we have the Red Bull of Dix now. He's not on a push lap here, though. He's coming into the pits. And so who do we have on laps then? Justorini coming around the final few corners now. He has a Haas in front of him, but that won't get in his way. To the line now. And he is going to set a 1:25.3, putting him into 11th place. So I don't think anybody's on a push lap right now, but we'll go to Shaggy, who is on an out lap currently. Also, Harry Joe in the Mercedes. So 3 tenths up through Sector 1 already. Coming now through Turn 5 and onto the back straight we go. DRS Wideopen might pick up a little bit of a toe here from the Ferrari. I don't think he moved over far enough though. That is Remote currently on his probably one and only lap. Oh, and the McLaren's gone deep. That's going to be an invalidated lap for him. So he's probably going to have to charge the battery up and go for another one here. Assuming he has the fuel to do so. I doubt... I doubt he would have enough time. Actually, I don't know how many times. We got 5 minutes. He might have enough time to get back to the pits, fit a set of softs, and go out on track. But I'm not too sure. So let's go to JTK, who goes up to 5th fastest with a 1:23.8 in the AlphaTauri. And we also have Harry Joe on a lap as well. He's currently down on his time through Sector 1. But can he find the time through Sector 2? As we're now coming towards Turn 9. Yeah, it's not looking like this is going to be a great lap for him, but I think a 1:23.6 will very comfortably get him through. There's people in the 25s right now, in the 26s, so I think his 23.6 is very safe, to be honest. In fact, he invalidates there on the exit of Turn 14. So this lap won't count for anything, and he is coming back to the pits. Let's go to Remote now, who has just started his flying lap, coming through Sector 1. Into Turn 5 now. Had to hesitate a little bit because he wasn't sure what the Alfa Romeo was doing, I think. Probably hasn't cost him too much time now. On the run towards Turn 6 we go. Where's he going to brake? All of the brake marker boards have been knocked off. That's not ideal. Now, the run towards Turn 9, here we go. Braking very late there, get it nice and hooked up. Run it out wide onto that exit curb. Now, through Turn 10 and 11, into 12 we go. Get it turned in very nicely, run it out wide again. Hook it back in for 13 and 14. Run it right out to the white line, get all of the track width here. Now into 15. And now the final corner of 16. Turns in very early there. Cuts a lot of it. And he invalidates. That's not good for him. It was a 1:23.4. That would have put him second fastest. He has 3 minutes now to recharge his battery. Assuming he has the fuel. Which, I'm looking now. He has 0.2 laps. Remote is out in Q1. That is a shock elimination. in the Ferrari, one of the fastest drivers here probably, and he's going to be out in Q1. Unless he can make it back to the pits, but he has a long way to go. I can't see the timer currently, but I doubt he's going to have much time left. In fact, yeah. Womack retires in the pits, I believe. He is currently in 8th. Will in 9th has retired as well. Oh, and the two McLarens made contact there, coming through turn 10. Not sure what happened there, but I don't know whether... Neither of them are on push laps right now. Unfortunately, there's so many yellow flags that I can't see how long we have left in the session. And, yeah. It's going to be game over for Remote. 1 minute 30 left, unless he can get out really quickly. I mean, it's a 1:25 lap. I don't think he's making it. I think we're going to be seeing Remote out in qualifying here in Q1. But, yep, Remote retires. That is qualifying over for the Ferrari driver. Invalidated his one and only lap. Didn't work out for him. Shaggy 1.8 tenths up through Sector 1. Onto the back straight now. Seal retires as well. BPA and Seal retiring very close to the edge there of the elimination zone. We could be seeing those two going out in qualifying. Will and Womack as well, not too far off. If these guys can hook some nice laps together, they might be knocked out in qualifying here. So with Shaggy now towards turn 9, where is he going to brake? Gets it turned in nicely on the power now. Run it out onto that exit curb. Yeah, so Mike unfortunately is going to be eliminated here from qualifying. Womack is actually safe. He has 3 other drivers behind him retired. DT Whitey now coming to the line. He's invalidated. Will is safely through. Can Shaggy knock Justarini out though? Here in Q1, coming round the final corner. To the line now. He's at a 1:24.5. Doesn't... Oh no, he does. He goes 10th fastest. So Justarini is on a lap as well. Can he get out and knock BPA out in Q1? Here he comes to the line. He goes 12th fastest. BPA is out in Q1. And that means that Dix will be safely through. He's up on his time right now, but his lap won't matter. Yeah, coming to the line now. And just confirmation. Seal, BPA, DTYT, Mike, and Remote out in Q1. Yep, there we go. Aschub setting the fastest lap in Q1. It was his only lap time. He set right at the start of the session a 1:23.318. Harry Joe in second there. Very close behind. So was Glenn. All three of them within a tenth. But the people we care about is BPA, DTYT, Mike, and Remote out in Q1. Alright, now into Q2. So, first onto track now is William Talbot in the Williams. Followed by the Red Bull of Aschubs. Lots of cars down track. Oh, I think there might have been contact there between the Williams and the Red Bull. I'm not sure if that was just lag. But yeah, first car to start a lap is gonna be... That is gonna be the Red Bull of Aschubs. So now down the back straight. Into turn 7 and 8 now, and on the run towards turn 9. It's looked like a decent lap so far from the Red Bull driver. Is he going to be able to go fastest again here in Q2? Coming through, we had Giustarini retire. I believe that was in the pits, actually. Coming through towards turn 15. Now 2 corners to go. Just got to keep it on the track. And round the final corner now. What time is Skinny set here? 22.8, half a second faster than what he did in Q1. He's bringing the pace to the table. What can anyone else do? Tyrant comes to line at 26.0 on the soft compound tyres. That's not a great lap from him. Next across the line will be Khalifa, 24.5 for the Haas driver. McLaren coming around the final corner now. It is Shaggy who goes second fastest on the mediums at 24.5, slightly faster than Khalifa. Then we have the Williams of William Talbot coming into P5, and Glenn going into P2 with a 23.7. There's a very big gap between P1 and 2, but I think there might be some used tyres in the mix for some of these drivers. Harry Joe goes third fastest on the mediums at 24.3, Failing Squash on the mediums as well at 24.2 in the Sauber. Womax goes third fastest now at 24.1 on the soft compound tyres, and that's most of the cars around, I believe, if not all of them. So who is on a lap then? We have the Aston Martin Radaros coming through turn 9. He has one car in front of him who might cause him a little bit of trouble, but the Haas does get out of the way nicely. So he's going to have to continue on his lap fine and shouldn't have any more interruptions. JTK just starting his outlap now, coming out of the pits. And Tyrant went for a second lap, went 9th fastest at 24.8 for him. And let's see, what does Adaro set? He goes 8th fastest at 24.6. We have a Mercedes off at turn 9. I don't know if he was just getting out of the way. Ash Chubbs retires again from first place at 22.8 on the timing screen. He's feeling confident with that one. So we have JTK and Dix on outlaps now. So let's see what JTK is able to do here in the AlphaTauri. I believe these two are the only ones pushing on, going to be pushing on track soon. I believe the Alpine, the Aston Martin and the other AlphaTauri of Tyrant will be returning to the pit lane in a second. But yeah, let's see what they can do. Oh, JTK losing the rear end a bit on the exit of turn 12 there, but shouldn't have really done much damage to the tyres at all. 2 corners left, time to start this lap for JTK. Let's go on board with him through the final corner now, get a nice exit onto this main straight. It's a very short one, no DRS, and then into the braking zone of turn 1, braking very late just before the 50-meter board, get it turned into the apex, right out onto that runoff curve, hook the apex of 2 up into 3 now, and now downhill through 4, and now towards turn 5, another late braking zone. Very light, to be honest, compared to some of the other ones. Hook it up to the apex, and then run it out wide. You need to get a really good exit here now for the run down towards turn 6. DRS open now. And now we've got a Haas in front of us, but hopefully we won't get affected by that on this lap. Lining yourself up with that curb on the entry, braking there about halfway down that curve. I don't know where the marks are. Get it hooked up for 7. Really good exit now on the run. DRS open through turn 8 now. And then he has the Haas in front of him. He's going for the slipstream here. Now hooking it up for turn 9 is going to be very crucial. It's easy to lose a lot of time through here. Now gets it to the apex very early. Run it out wide now on the throttle. Onto that exit curb. Now into turns 10. Into 11 now. Braking for turn 12. Turn it in. Run it to the right for 13. And now into 14. Be careful not to invalidate on the exit here. Just keeps it within the track limits. Now through 15. And finally into 16. Turns it in nice and late to get a good exit here. And now the run to the line sets a 23.4. Goes second fastest in the AlphaTauri. We have the Red Bull of Dix now also on a lap, coming to the final corner now. What time is he going to be able to put on the board? Just keeps it within the track limits there. It's a 24.7 for Dix. Then we have Khalifa now starting a lap, 2 turns up already through the sector 1. So what time is the Haas driver going to be able to put in here? Might get a tow back from GTK, just repaying the favour. But we shall see. Down towards turn 9 now. And no, not quite going to catch JTK for a tow, but hopefully JTK will get out of the way very nicely before we get to sector 3 Don't want to be getting too much dirty air coming off of the car in front. Now through into 13 and 14. Just keeps it within the track limits there. Now through 15, very fast corner, and into 16 now, the final corner. What is this lap time going to compare to? Going to be like compared to the previous one? It's a 24.006, half a second faster, puts Khalifa up into P4. Got a few more cars out on track now. We have William Talbot, Glenn, UK Warlords, Shaggy as well. Shaggy half a second up now. UK Warlords coming round the final corner. Goes 1.2 seconds fast, up to third place. A 1:23.482. Just a couple hundredths short of JTK. Glenn coming around the final corner to start his lap. Shaggy now coming to the final corner as well. What time is he going to pose? Half a second up through the first 2 seconds. And he's gone off for the final corner. He invalidates. He was a second up. That would have put him up into P4. But he invalidates at the final corner. And that is costly for him. He's going to have to push quite hard to get back round to do another lap here. He's very close to the elimination zone. He's currently sat in P9. But yeah. Looks a bit risky for him. I wouldn't want to be in his position right now. Losing a lap time that would have put me P3 through the final corner with 4 minutes left in the session. I think William Talbot will just be starting his flying lap now. So we can see how he's going to do. Currently sat in P13. He needs to find the time here if he wants to make it through out of Q2 into the top 10 shootout. So now on the run towards turn 5. We go now onto the brakes, get it hooked in nicely. And now run out wide, get a nice exit onto the straight with the DRS open now. Glenn retires on the track. He won't be making it round for another. Is that Glenn on track? I believe it is. Tyrant just coming out of the pits now. So is the McLaren. I believe that's going to be Seal. I'd assume it is. He's currently sat in 14th. Yes, it is. Will now coming to turn 13 and 14. Runs it wide on the exit of 13, and that's his lap invalidated. It's going to be a tight turnaround, but he should be able to come into the pits now and go for a final lap here. Yeah, that could be costly. Tyrant now sat in P12 on his outlap as well. Where is he going to be able to put his Alpha Tauri? Top 4 have now retired from the session. They don't think that they're going to get beaten here, I guess. Or at least not beaten by enough people. We've got Shaggy coming out the pits. We have the Haas, I believe, of Khalifa coming out as well. As Tyrant now starts his flying lap into turn 1. He might have a couple of cars of traffic on this lap, but shouldn't affect him too much, I don't think. Now through 2, 3, and into 4 now. On the run towards 5. Yeah, 2 cars in front of him just on the exit of turn 5 now. It shouldn't affect him too much. He might pick a bit of a toe. And Will retires from the session. Will Max retires as well in P6. But crucially, Will is out in Q2. He didn't want to burn up another set of tyres. And I guess he didn't think he had the pace. So Will is out in Q2. Tyrant now into turn 6 we go. Gets past the Haas there on the straight. One more car of potential traffic now through turn 8 with the DRS opening. The run towards turn 9. He might not even catch that McLaren, to be fair. So it may not affect him. But this lap is going to be crucial for Tyrant. Seal also just started his lap. He's currently coming towards turn 6 as Tyrant now on the run towards turn 12, through 10, through 11, and now braking for turn 12. The McLaren just one corner ahead of him now. He's coming through turn 13, 14. Is he going to invalidate on the exit? He just about keeps it on the white line there. Now through turn 15 and 16. Plays it a little bit safe through 15. Now through the final corner. Running out very wide onto the white line again and goes to the line. Sets P5 a 1:23.8. Let's go to Seal now. Currently sat in P14. He needs to find some time here as well. This is going to be his only lap in the session, so it's going to have to be a good one for him. Through 14, we go into the final two corners. Where is this lap going to put him? He's going to have to play it very safe with the track limits here. Round the final corner now to the line goes 1:23.7, puts him into P5, pushing Tyrant that little bit closer to the elimination zone. Lots of cars now on laps. The next car to the line is going to be the Aston Martin of Adaro, who is currently marginally up on his time, but he's got to find some time through the final sector. He needs to find a couple of tenths here, 3 or 4 tenths, just to get out of the elimination zone. Harry Joe retired in P10 right now. He is very much at risk with 2 or 3 cars pushing behind him. He could easily be knocked out here. So could Womax as well. But now around the final corner, the Aston Martin comes to the line. What's it going to be? It's a 1:24.6, doesn't get him out of Q2. He's going to be starting P12 or 13. Let's see what Dix can do as he comes around the final corner. Now he's 2 tenths up on his lap. Can he go faster than Adaro? Yes, he can. He goes P8. Adaro will be starting 13th here. Now, Harry Joe out in qualifying as we look to Shaggy, who's now coming round the final 2 corners. Is he going to be able to get himself out of Q2 here? To the line now. And he sets a 1:23.5, goes P5, he's out of qualifying Q2, and unfortunately Failing Squash cannot improve. He is knocked out here in Q2. So that is the 5 drivers we'll be losing: Failing Squash, Harry Joe, Adaro, William Talbot, and Justarini. So we're just waiting, I believe, for Seal's car to come back into the pits now. Before we start. So yeah, just confirmation, we are losing the Alfa Romeo of Failing Squash, the Mercedes of Harry Joe, the Aston Martin of Adaro, Williams of William Talbot, and the Alpine of Justarini, who retired very early in the session, didn't set a lap time, maybe used up a lot of sets. Khalifa has left the session as well. And now it is time for the top 10 shootout. 12 minutes left of qualifying, and then it'll be time for the main race. So here we go. 11 minutes 50 on the clock now. Who is going to be first out on track? Who has tyres left? Does anybody have 2 brand new sets? I think Ash Chubbs will. He's only done 2 laps. He only did 1 lap in Q1 and then retired. Did 1 lap in Q2 then retired. So he'll have 2 sets of new tyres. So we might see 2 runs here, or maybe he's going to save a set of softs for the race. We shall see. But yeah, we have lots of cars going out early here. 4 cars remaining in the pit lane currently. Maybe they are only going for 1 run. But yeah, we shall see. So the first car on track is Shaggy. Very closely behind is UK Warlords in the Ferrari. Shaggy might want to move over just to avoid the risk of getting a penalty for blocking, as the Ferrari is very close to the back. In fact, the Ferrari goes to the inside, and yeah, I think the McLaren just letting him through there. Ash Chubbs gets a 5-place grid penalty for a collision with Womax. What's happened there? I'm not too sure. Anyway, let's go to Ash Chubbs, who will be the first person to start his lap now. Coming through turn 2 and 3. He's taking a much wider line than the others were. Onto the straight now, DRS open. But, the first car actually across the line is going to be the Ferrari of UK Warlords, coming to turn 15 now. And across the lines, it's a 123.9. Next car is going to be Ash Chubbs. Let's see what he can do. As he comes to the line, that's a 123.3. That's slower than his Q2 time, maybe on used tyres, saving a set for the race. Tyre it now to the line, a 124.3. Next will be Glenn in the Alpine as he comes around the final corner now and sets a 123.1. Goes fastest currently, taking provisional pole. Then we got Khalifa and JTK on outlaps currently. So is Womax, who has just come in and changed his front wing after the damage. Khalifa coming to the line. Now he's got a this and next lap invalidation, so that's very unfortunate for him. He's going to have to trundle all the way back around and return to the pit lane. So JTK now going to be the next one. What is going on in Sector 2? Not sure at all what's happening there. They're all fighting over the track position on their inner lap here. Very peculiar. Not too sure what's happening there. But JTK now coming onto the back straight, and he's gonna open the DRS on the run to turn 9. He's got one car in front of him, the Haas of Khalifa, who's gonna probably be coming back to the pits after that. The track limits. Oh, and JTK goes off the track. Maybe got affected by the dirt. Yeah, he didn't get invalidation though. So he's managed to continue on. And now, coming around the final two corners, what time is JTK going to set? How much time did he lose there on the exit of turn 9 going off track? He's going to come to the line and go second fastest with a 1:23.321, just marginally faster than the Red Bull of Ash Chubbs. So then we've got Seal, who is... Seal and Womax currently coming to turn 6, both of them quite close together on laps here. So yeah, we shall see where they can put themselves. Womack's going to be the first one of the pair across the line though. Coming through turn 9 they go though. And now the run to turn 12, 10 and 11, kind of nothing corners to be honest. They're a bit aerodynamically demanding, but they're flat out, you know. They don't put any stress really on modern day F1 cars. Now through turns 15 and into turn 16 we go. Womax coming to the line now is gonna set a 1 minute 23.8, and the McLaren of Seal went off track there. Sets a 1:24.2 though. Managed to keep it valid somehow. Oh, and he's crashed out at turn 1. Alright, so 3 minutes left on the clock, and we are seeing the first car in the form of UK Warlords going out onto track. We also have Glenn just in front in the Alpine as well. So, 5 or 6 cars now coming out onto track. Alright, so Tyrant's now starting his final lap of the qualifying. Glenn also just in front of him. But let's see what the AlphaTauri, currently in P8, can do. I think his first lap was on used tyres. A 10th up already through Sector 1. So let's see now, on the run towards turn 6 now. How late on the brakes is he going to go? How committed can he be on the exit here? If you can get that exit just right, you'll gain a lot of time all the way down towards turn 9. So now, coming through the final sector, let's go to Glenn now, see how his lap is going. He's marginally up on his time, very close to the track limits there through turn 14. What can Glenn do though? Can he extend his lead currently, get provisional pole here? Coming to the line now, Glenn sets a 1:23.0 and he's currently on provisional pole. Tyrant now to the line, goes fourth fastest, a 1:23.4. The Ferrari of Warlords now coming round the final corner. What can he do here? Goes fifth fastest, a 1:23.5. Next is going to be the Red Bull of Ash Chubbs coming around the final corner. Where is he going to be able to put his car? It's only second fastest, 1:23.05 for him. Then we have Womax in the Aston Martin coming to the line now. Only sixth fastest, 1:23.5 for him. Shaggy is the next car coming to the line now. Where is he going to put the McLaren? It's fastest! Pole position for the McLaren of Shaggy. Unless Khalifa or Dix can, or JCK can take it away from him. Khalifa goes fourth fastest, a 1:23.2. Dix is the next car coming to the line now. Where can he put the Red Bull? Can he take provisional pole away from Shaggy? No, he can't. It's only ninth fastest. The only car left on track is JCK coming around the final corner. Can he snatch the pole away from Shaggy? No, he can't. It's P2 for the AlphaTauri. That means Shaggy is on pole. So there we go. Shaggy, JTK, Glenn, Ash Chubbs, Khalifa, Tyrants, Warlords, Wimax, Dix, and Seal in the end. 7 milliseconds. JTK was away from pole position. So anybody listening to the stream, please, once we get into the race, retire, but do not leave the lobby. We are restarting to remove a penalty. So yeah, please retire and do not leave. Stay in the lobby, just retire. That would be appreciated, so we can get the race started quickly. As you can see, it is going to be a wet start to the race. So, yeah, we will just wait. We will be retiring. But please do not leave. Okay. So, we are starting now. And the formation lap will be underway. And all the cars trying to crash into each other. Let's put the starting soon screen back on just for a second. In fact, I'll actually put this on for you. There you go. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back now for the start of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. As you can see, it is a wet one here in Yas Marina. Here we go with the lights. We have 5 lights now. And the drivers are away. What's going on here? And the drivers are away here in Yas Marina. I think that's a bug with a disconnect there. JTK taking the lead maybe into turn 1. I'm not too sure what's happened there. Tyrant up to P4 and we have a full safety car. I'm very confused as to what's happening. We have a Mercedes without a front wing though at the back. I'm very confused as to what happened. Let's have a look at the position changes. Tyrant up 2, Ash Chubbs and Khalifa down 1. Biggest gain so far, Remote up 4. Where's this Mercedes? Off track. Make up 2, Remote up 4, Will up 1, Harry Joe up 2, Wimax up 1, Tyrant up 1, Mike up 2, sorry. Wes up 2, BPA down 3, DC Whitey down 3, Justarini down 2, Adaro down 2, Seal down 2, Warlords down 1, Khalifa and Ashtops down 1. I'm very confused as to what is going on with Shaggy here. Oh, something happening further back. William Talbot spun at turn 14 under the safety car. He's dropped to the back now. DT Whitey going to be coming into the pit lane to change his front wing. Maybe Will has some front wing damage. No, he stayed out. But that's unfortunate for him. That's going to have cost him a lot of positions. He's now down 6. I think he was up 2 previously. So 8 positions he has lost. So yeah, most of the pack has caught up to the safety car now. Just the last few drivers, and then DT Whitey a little bit further back, as he had to pit to change his front wing. And we have Remote and Will into the pit lane now. I don't know if there was a coming together between them. Let's see if they're changing front wings. No front wing change for Remote. What about Will coming down the pit lane now? And no, not a front wing change. Just going for brand new intermediate tyres. Maybe they got quite worn on that race start. Will obviously having that spin would have cost him a bit. But also, only the first third of this race is going to be wet. So maybe these guys thinking they'll get slightly better tyres to push up through the field while it's still wet, and they're not going to burn through all 4 sets of intermediate tyres that they have available to them. They didn't really lose any positions either, but as a result of that... Whoa, hold on a second. Those are slick tyres on the Ferrari. Let me just check my eyes aren't deceiving me. That is a Ferrari on medium tyres. Well, that is an interesting strategy call if I have ever seen one. And he has absolutely no grip. I think that's a bad call by Remote there. I don't think this one's going to work out for him. He's going to be really struggling. It's still raining right now. I'm really not sure why he's gone for slick tyres. It's a very interesting strategy call for the Ferrari driver. Oh, and BPA almost losing the rear end under the safety car there. Managed to recover it. But I think we might be getting safety car in this lap, potentially, as the Mercedes catches up now, and yes, we do. Remote is going to be one to watch, so on this restart. I don't think the track is going to be dry enough, to be honest, but it's going to be down to Shaggy now on this restart. As he now makes his way out of the final corner and is off on his way. And having a look around the outside of JTK there was the Alpine of Glenn, not quite able to go from anybody else further back. Having a look, we have Justerini and Weza going down the inside into turn 1 on the Alpine. Alpine has to go off track to avoid him. And now this is going to give BPA a look on the inside of turn 2 there. Trying to get the run, but there's just not enough grip for him to go up the inside there. And look how far back. Remote already dropped to last. He is not doing well on those slick tyres. He's really struggling. Now to the front, JT Clay and Glenn. Glenn already alongside and ahead of the AlphaTauri here, coming down the back straight. Ash Chubb's also gaining on Tyrant, getting past him. Glenn is going to be on the inside, though, of JTK as they go into turn 6. JTK now on the inside for turn 7, gets back ahead though. The Alpine has to go off track and take evasive action there. Gets back ahead. They're going to be fighting all the way down towards turn 9. We've got the Red Bull of Ashram, so they're going to go 3 wide now into turn 9. They're going to try it, but this could end very badly. On the run to turn 9, 3 wide on the way in. Who's going to come out ahead as they come through the corner? Shaggy has a really nice advantage. The Alpine ahead. The Red Bull and the AlphaTauri locking wheels there. And now Ash Chubbs is going to have to fight with Tyrant. He has to back out to avoid contact. What a restart there. Going 3 wide there. Ash Chubbs getting past Tyrant now around the outside through turn 13. Gets past the AlphaTauri. And we have a yellow flag now further behind. That is failing the Alfa Romeo round on the exit of turn 13. Now has to sit there. Oh, and there's a contact as he rejoins with a... Was Ladara already off? I'm not sure. But there was contact as he rejoined, and now these 3 drivers all caught up by that rejoin. And we have a lot of chaos. Cars coming into the pits now. Did Remote make the right call? We have a safety car here on lap 4 now. And we see more cars. Shaggy, the person who was leading the race, onto the hard compound tyres. Khalifa onto the hards. Womax onto the softs. Was this an amazing strategy called by Remote? Weza gets a drive-through for speeding under the safety car. That's not going for him, but this could be an amazing strategy call for Remote. It could jump him all the way up to first place now. I was doubting it at first, given how wet the track looked, but it's starting to look like it was a master strategy all along from the Ferrari driver. But yeah, now we will just wait for the cars to go around, and the track looks almost completely dry. Let's just go on board quickly with the Williams, and yeah, look at the track. Pretty much no water. There might be slightly low grip as the track is quite green still, but it's completely dry now. This could be a master strategy for him. I think he's going to be jumping all the way up to first here, as everybody has to inevitably come into the pits for slicks. He's ahead of the race leader before he pitted, which was Shaggy. He's ahead of him by 4 seconds, so he should quite comfortably come out ahead of Glenn, JTK, and Co. And yeah, this is just This strategy could really play into the hands of the remote. I think he's going to inherit the lead now, but we shall see as they come round onto the main straight. He's going to be pushing hard. All of the cars in front of him come into the pits. Where is he going to come out? Harry Joe gets a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Where is the Ferrari going to come out? He has a Delta right now, but now he's on the throttle, going towards turn 1. DC Whitey gets a 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings, but crucially, Remote has taken the lead of the race with a masterclass of a strategy. Shaggy now goes wide on the exit of turn 1. That's interesting. And comes out in P2 just. We have, a few cars coming through the pits. Did Just or he just stop in the tunnel? I'm not too sure. It looked like he was moving very slowly there, but everybody is back out on track on slick tyres. So now we just wait for everybody to catch and for the safety car to come in. Remote obviously on slightly older tyres. It might give the rest a bit of an advantage, but obviously Remote was running right at the back at the start of this race. So even this position, despite the slightly older tyres, is much better than it was before. And safety car in this lap, end of lap 6 now. And it's going to be down to Remote for the restart now. So all the cars behind him queuing up, getting ready to see when Remote is going to go here. And he's gone now on the entry to the final corner. There's a bit of a delay as people realise that he's gone. You can see only now are the people at the back going as Remote makes his way into turn 1 now. Comfortably in the lead. Farther back we have Tyrant right on the back of Warlords here, going through turn 2 just in front as well. Oh, we have Hairy Joe. I'm not sure what happened there. Maybe some lag for the Mercedes. Seems like he was lagging around a little bit there. Weezer and Dick swapping places. Glenn getting past Shaggy through turn 5. Now on the run towards turn 6 down the long straight. Shaggy in the faster car though. Should manage to get back ahead. Will getting past BPA. And Warlord's getting past Khalifa further back. And yeah, that Mercedes of Harry Joe is really lagging around a bit there. And Khalifa and Tyrant fighting. Tyrant now getting attacked by Hairy Joe. And that Mercedes is really laggy. This is not good for him. It's really affecting his race here, I think. But now we see Shaggy and Glenn fighting into turn 12. Shaggy just managing to stay ahead of the Alpine there. I think Tyrant probably getting a bit frustrated with the laggy Mercedes there in front of him. It's going to be very distracting for him probably, and yeah, it's probably going to be costing him a bit of time at times. And now coming to turn 1, we have the Red Bull going for it on JTK, the Alpine going it for on Shaggy, but Shaggy just managing to stay ahead, I think, although through turn 3 now, and there's contact between the Alpine and Shaggy. Glenn into the barriers, manages to keep going, but while that happened, JCK and Ashtab's also getting past Shaggy there. Shaggy down to P5, JCK on the inside, Ashtab's on the outside. Who's going to come out ahead? There's contact, and JCK off towards the left-hand side. JCK gets hit by the Red Bull, and he's lost several positions there. Ashtab's after P2, Warlord's into P3 now. And yeah, that's not great. Remote, though, leading the race now by 3 seconds from Ash Chubbs. And it's looking great for him. Khalifa and JTK now fighting through turn 7. JTK and Tyrant now on the run through turn 8 and towards turn 9 along the straight. No DRS yet. It will be open next lap. They're going to be going too wide there. But no, JTK managing to get ahead of Khalifa there. And now Tyrant going to try it on Khalifa on the exit. Does get the power down earlier. And he's been able to get back past Khalifa now into turn 11 and 12. Later on the brakes, managing to get past. Although, went a little bit deep there. It shouldn't have cost him too much. Will and Adore is fighting. And there's a big crash. Big crash in the background. BPA gets a time penalty. Will is round. He was involved as well. I saw they were fighting very close. And we have the third safety car in 8 laps. Guys, can we try to keep it a bit cleaner, please? Well, Alright guys, safety car is in this lap. Ash Chubbs is going to be leading us away from Warlords, Harry Joe, JTK, Tyrant, Glenn, Seal, Dix, Wimax, Fading Squash, Mike Remote, Weezer, Will BPA, Shaggy, Justerini, Khalifa, DTYT. Everybody in the bottom 12 pitted for new tyres, so top 11 still on their tyres that they originally pitted for. And very early there from the Red Bull, making his breakaway. As we now go on the run towards turn 1. Ash Chubbs will lead us, but Mike and Remote fighting it now into turn 1. Remote down the inside of Mike. He has the newer tyres. He's got the grip advantage, and he's able to get past the Sauber car there. He's now going to be chasing after Fading Squash, the other Sauber, currently in P10. On the run towards turn 5. It's normally the first overtaking opportunity really in the lap, but he was proving us wrong there. Khalifa and BPA losing a couple positions there through turn 5. Now Glenn getting past Tyrant down towards turn 6. Remote getting past Failing Squash as well in the background. And Weezer going for it on Mike into turn 6. Managing to get up the inside, but now Mike has the inside for turn 7 and manages to get past. William Talbot gets an amazing squish back on the pair of them. He's going to be getting a nice run now down towards turn 9. He has the Williams as well, so he'll have decent straight line. And they're going to be going 3 wide, I think, into turn 9. Here they go. Swooping through. Will on the outside of Mike. Fading Squash and Weezer fighting as well. They're 2x2, the Williams and the Alfa Romeos. Mike, William, Weezer, Failing Squash, the order as they come out. Will right on the back now of Failing Squash into turn 13, and we see the McLaren of Shaggy going wide there on the brand new soft compound tyres. But Mike managing to maintain that P11 position. Remote now getting past Dix into the final corner. Just managing to go around the outside of the Rebel there. Very bold move from Remote. He is on a charge right now, as now he approaches the back of Seal. He has much newer tyres that should make it to the end of this race. So let's see, as he now goes for it on Seal. Oh, and there's contact! Remote and Seal come together at turn 2. That's very unlucky. I don't know if the McLaren didn't expect him to be there or what happened there, but that has ruined Remote's chances, I think, here. He's now got so many more cars to cut through. Here comes Mike on Wimax, though, coming down towards turn 6. Both of them on old tyres. Mike just has that straight line speed, though. Here comes Remote down the inside of Failing Squash and Khalifa as well. Of BPA, sorry, not Khalifa. Doesn't quite make the move up, but he's going to get a much better exit than the Alfa Romeo. There might have been a little bit of contact. Here comes the Ferrari now on the Haas driver. All 3 Ferrari car powers fighting together here for 13th, 14th and 15th place. Remote coming out on top though. But now Shaggy, is he going to try it around the outside of William Talbot here into turn 12. Switches back to the inside, doesn't quite make it work though. Has to back out. Now Remote trying it on the outside of Shaggy through turn 13 and 14. Again, not quite able to make that one happen, but he is right on the back. And DRS now enabled as our leaders cross the start-finish line. Right here, right on the back of the McLaren, though, Remote. And there's contact, I think, Remote going into the back of the McLaren. The McLaren's gone off track now, and he cuts across. Oh, and he's just taken BP Khalifa out. Okay. Alright, here we go for safety car restart number 4. Ash Chubbs leading us away again.